Hello, everyone, and welcome to this full body yoga flow. This flow will work on strengthening and creating space within the entire body. So, whenever you're ready, we'll find a nice, comfortable seat here, crossing the legs, just inviting some stillness into the body. Grounding down through the breath, deepening the inhales and the exhales. Finding inviting stillness. We'll inhale, bringing the arms up to the sky here, interlacing the fingers, bringing the arms up above the head, finding a nice little stretch here, opening up the heart ever so slightly, lengthening the arms, the spine. Releasing the fingers, inhaling here. Exhale, finding a side body stretch, bringing that right hand down on the ground, left arm up overhead towards the ear. Inhaling, back through center. Exhale, other side, left hand on the mat, right arm up overhead. Inhale, coming back up through center. Exhale, twisting to the right, bringing that left hand to the right knee, right hand coming behind the body. Gazing over the shoulder or straight ahead. Opening up the chest, the heart. Inhaling, coming back through center. Exhale, twisting to the other side, right hand coming to that left knee, left hand behind the body. Again, gazing over the shoulder, or you can gaze straight ahead. Inhaling, coming back through center, arms up to the sky. Exhale, twisting back towards the right. We're going to find a little side body twist here. So bringing that right hand up to the sky on an inhale. And exhale, we're going to fold towards the opposite knee here. Finding this little side body twist. Should feel a nice little stretch in your right side body. Coming back in through our twist here, noticing if you can move a little deeper. Then we'll inhale, coming back through center. Exhale, moving to the other side, twisting back towards the left. Doing the same thing on this side, so that back hand coming up with an inhale, and then exhale, leaning towards the opposite knee. Finding that side body twist here. Again, feeling that lengthening through the low back, the side body, out through the fingers. Coming back into that twist here, noticing if you can move a little deeper, or if it just feels more easeful. We'll inhale, coming back up through center. Exhale, we'll interlace the fingers behind the back here, hugging those shoulder blades in together, opening up the heart here. You can add gentle movements here if you'd like, maybe a little sway side to side. And whenever you're ready, we'll bring our hands back to our knees, taking a couple breaths, letting the spine reset, the body reset. Whenever you're ready, we'll move ourselves into our tabletop position, stacking the joints here, bringing the knees underneath the hips, the wrists underneath the shoulders, spreading those fingers out wide, moving through our cat-cows here. So inhaling for our cow, exhaling for our cat. Inhaling, dropping the belly, opening up the heart. Exhale, rounding through the spine, chin to chest. Moving here with your own breath at your own pace. Encouraging space between the vertebrae here. Whenever you're ready, we'll come back through our table. You can find a nice little gentle movement here, shifting the hips from side to side, up and down. And then whenever you're ready, finding stillness, inhaling here. And then exhale, tucking the toes, lifting the knees, coming into our first downward dog here. You can take this moment to pedal out the feet, keeping those fingers spread nice and wide. We'll take one more breath here. Inhaling, bringing that right leg up to the sky. Exhale, stepping it forward, runner's lunge. Then we'll inhale to rise, warrior one, turning that back foot 45 degrees. Arms up to the sky, squaring the hips towards the front of the mat. Nice and strong through the legs here. We'll bring the hands through heart center. You can take one breath. Pivoting the back toes, coming through a high lunge, and we'll step forward, bringing the weight onto that front right foot, coming into a balancing warrior three. You can keep your hands through heart center here for the most stability, embracing the wobbles here. And we'll slowly bring that left foot up to meet the right, coming into our mountain pose. We'll inhale, arms up to the sky, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, stepping the hands back into our downward dog again. Feeling free to pedal out the feet here, taking a breath. Other side, inhaling, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, stepping that foot forward, runner's lunge. Inhaling, coming into that warrior one, back foot pivoting 45 degrees. Squaring the hips to the front of the mat here, nice and strong. Bringing the hands together, heart center here, taking a breath. Pivoting that right foot so that you come through a high lunge here. And then whenever you're ready, stepping forward onto that left foot, coming into a balancing warrior three. Feel free to keep the hands through heart center here. It helps with balance. Embracing the wobbles. And then slowly bringing that right foot back to meet the left through our mountain pose. We'll inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, stepping it back, downward dog. Pedaling out the feet here, grounding down, finding that strong foundation. Coming back to the breath. Inhaling, right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, stepping that foot forward, in between the hands, runner's lunge. Inhale, rise, high lunge. Nice and strong through the standing legs here. Finding that stability. We'll inhale here, and exhale, we're going to find a revolved high lunge here. So turning opposite the way that you feel like you should, the opposite way of a warrior two. And feel free to add a revolved reverse warrior here as well. If you found that variation, coming back through our revolved, coming back through our high lunge, inhaling, exhaling, warrior two, pivoting that back foot so that it's parallel to the back of the mat. Nice and strong through the standing legs here. Arms out long. We'll bring the hands behind our back, interlacing the fingers, inhaling here. Exhale, folding forward, finding our humble warrior here. Folding towards that front leg. Feeling that deep stretch, that heart opening. Slowly coming back up with an inhale. Exhale, releasing the hands back to our warrior two. Inhale, reverse triangle, straightening that front leg. Nice and strong here, finding that side body stretch. Inhaling, exhaling, triangle pose. You can bring your hand to rest on the mat, the foot, the ankle, or as always, you can use a block here. Feeling that nice stretch through the hamstrings here. Bending that front knee, framing that front foot, moving through a runner's lunge, and then maybe stepping that foot forward a little, coming through our pyramid pose, keeping both legs nice and straight, hips squared to the front of the mat. Again, feel free to use a block here, or you can bring your fingertips to the mat. Walking the fingers a few inches forward, we'll slowly shift that weight onto the right foot, finding a standing split here. Nice and strong through that standing foot. Bending that front knee, stepping that back foot back through a runner's lunge. Then we'll inhale back to our crescent lunge. Inhaling, coming back down in through our runners. Exhale, stepping it back. You can move straight into a downward dog, or you can add a little vinyasa flow here, your choice. Regardless, we'll all meet back in our downward dog, pedaling out those feet. Finding that foundation, coming back to the breath. Moving to the other side, we'll inhale, left leg up. Exhale, stepping that foot forward, in between the hands, runner's lunge. Inhale, rise, coming through our crescent lunge here. Inhaling here. Then exhale, finding that revolved high lunge here. So again, turning the opposite way that you traditionally would for a warrior two. And just as before, you can find that optional reverse revolved warrior here as well. Coming back through our revolved here, if you took that reversed variation. And we'll inhale, returning to our crescent lunge. Inhaling, exhale, warrior two. Pivoting that back foot so it's parallel to the back of the mat. Arms out long. We'll interlace the fingers behind the back here, hugging the shoulder blades in together, inhaling. Then exhale, folding forward towards that front foot, finding our humble warrior here. Again, standing nice and strong through those legs, keeping that front knee bent. With an inhale, coming back up, and exhale back to our warrior two. Inhale, finding our reverse triangle here, straightening that front leg, feeling that nice side body stretch, lengthening the entire side body. Inhaling, exhaling, triangle pose. Again, you can bring your hand to your mat, the foot, the ankle, or a block. Nice and strong here. Bending that front knee, framing that front foot. Stepping that back foot forward a little bit if you need, coming into our pyramid pose. Again, keeping both legs nice and straight, squaring the hips to the front of the mat. Walking the fingertips a few inches forward, we'll begin to shift the weight back onto that left foot, finding a nice standing split here. Nice and strong through that standing leg. Bending that left knee, stepping that right foot back. We'll inhale, coming back into our high lunge. Taking a breath here. And then with your next inhale, we'll come through our runners. And then again, you can find a little optional vinyasa here if you'd like. Regardless, we'll meet back in our downward dog here, finding that nice strong foundation. We'll inhale, bringing the right leg up to the sky, and on our exhale, we'll step it forward, coming into a pigeon pose here. Making sure that back leg is nice and straight. Inhaling here. Then you can exhale, folding forward. Finding a comfortable place here. Feeling that opening in the hip. Slowly beginning to come back up onto the hands. Opening up the heart here. Pressing through the hands, tucking that back toe, lifting that back knee, stepping it all the way back up into our three-legged dog. And then we'll shift the weight onto that left hand and stepping that right foot back behind us, finding a little wild thing here. Opening up the heart. And then you can slowly come back through, making our way into a downward dog. Nice foundation here. Moving to the other side. We'll inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, stepping it forward into our pigeon. Making sure that back leg is nice and straight. Finding a comfortable place. And folding forward whenever you're ready. Finding that nice hip opening here. Feeling that stretch deep in the hip. Slowly coming back up onto the hands here, opening up the heart one last time. We'll tuck the back toe, lifting that back knee, stepping that left foot back up to the sky, three-legged dog. And then again, shifting our weight onto our right hand, stepping that left foot behind us, finding our wild thing here. Nice and strong. Then moving back into our downward dog here, pedaling out the feet. Shifting forward, coming on to the knees. We'll find a nice child's pose here. Finding whichever variation works best for you, wide-legged or traditional. Coming back to the breath here. Letting the body reset. Slowly coming back up in through our table here. Then we'll shift the weight onto the glutes. And we'll come into a nice butterfly pose here. Bringing the soles of the feet together. Opening up the hips. You can remain upright or you can add a little forward fold here, deepening the stretch. Breathing deeply. Slowly coming back up into our seat here, if you took that variation. And we'll come into our staff pose here. Straightening the legs here. You can take a moment to point flex the toes, maybe bending the knees a little. And then whenever you're ready, finding stillness, we'll engage the toes, inhaling to lengthen, exhaling, forward fold. And you can bring your hands to your shins, the big toes, or the backs of the feet. Softening or bending the knees here. Slowly coming back up whenever you're ready. And then we'll begin to make our way down onto our backs here. So with control, rolling down. And we'll find a nice full body stretch here. Pointing the fingers, pointing the toes. Inviting in this length. And then whenever you're ready, letting the feet relax out, palms facing up, back by the body. Letting the gaze soften, the eyes close. Allowing yourself to begin to relax here. Feeling the body begin to still. Letting go of the breath. Enjoying this time of relaxation and stillness. slowly beginning to return back to your physical body here. Becoming aware of your surroundings, maybe beginning to wiggle the fingers, the toes, maybe finding a nice full body stretch. Finding any movements here that feel good, whatever they are. Being gentle with yourself as you return. You can hug the knees into your chest here, finding a little rock. And then whenever you're ready, you can either roll completely to one side or rock yourself back up into a nice comfortable seat here. We'll give ourselves a moment to begin to still. And as we find ourselves here, taking this moment to simply reflect on the practice, taking note of anything that may have changed, or anything that may have even remained the same. Bringing our hands together, heart center, offering ourselves gratitude for taking the time out of our days to be present here on our mats. Bringing the thumbs up to the third eye, the space between the eyebrows, vowing to ourselves here to always be kind, both to others, but most importantly to ourselves. Thank you all for joining me on the mat today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I hope to see you back here soon. Namaste.